Hi guys, so check it out. This is my BananaPi. It looks like a Raspberry Pi, but it isn't. It's a BananaPi. Now, I've heard that this is a drop-in solution for the Raspberry Pi. And if you've watched my other videos, I've done a tour, and I've also already installed Raspbian onto this SD card. So, while it's not a drop-in solution in terms of the case fitting inside the case, I understand that the GPIO pins are drop-in, and so I've got my 8-channel relay here, and I thought what I'd do is connect up the relay. So, first things first, I'm just going to get this all into position, nicely set up, and I get to show you something pretty cool that I found too. It's just on my Android mobile phone here. And if you look at this, I have this app here. Let's see it focus. PiRef. And what PiRef does is it gives us the GPIO layout. This is of the Raspberry Pi Model B. So I'll just use that as my reference guide as I go through this. So let's line this up. So just checking here, I've got VCC is in white. It's that one, which is my 5 volt. Let's just get this lined up nicely here. This is my 5 volt here. How best to do that? Now let's line it up this way so you can see it nice and easy. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to go boot up the BananaPi, and then I'll log into it over SSH and we'll test it out. Alright, so slight problem here. I've gone to plug it in and you'll see what happens. I plug it in the power port and all of the relay lights come on. But that's it. There's no further booting happening on the BananaPi, at least not so far as I can tell. There's no LED lights or anything coming on. So something has gone wrong here. Not sure what it is. I'll be back in a minute. I'll try to figure this out. Okay, so I took to the internet and I decided to plug them into some different places. I followed the GPIO list that I found online just specifically for the BananaPi, and that didn't work. So then I just started unplugging some, and I've unplugged a bunch, and now it's booting. You can see one of the LEDs has come on the relay even before we've started on this project, which is weird. It just seems like that means it's like always on. I don't really understand how or why yet. So bear with me as I continue to try to figure this out. Okay, so what's happened here is I've transitioned from the counter, where I normally do most of my projects, to the floor very close to the router. And the reason for this is, well, running this thing seems to be killing my Wi-Fi dongle, so I've had to plug it into the router. The worst part is that the LAN switch doesn't seem to work anymore either, so I have to physically unplug and then re-plug back in the Ethernet cable to make it work. It's early days for this software. It's difficult to really fault anyone. It's amazing that something actually works. So just looking at the relay here, you can see that, well, what we're going to call pin 3, because we've only got 4 connected, and there are these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pin 3, as you can see, is already lit. So pin 3 is already lit, but I'm going to go over to the computer here. You won't be able to see me. I'm off screen. But I'm going to run the program, the test 1, 2, 3, 4 program. And it switches off and the other one switches on. 2, 3, 4, and all off. Yeah. I'm just going to run it again. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and off. Look, the truth about this is we are early days, and while my Raspberry Pi would have it working no problem right now, I gotta tell you, this is a lot of fun. You know, if only I got my hands on the Raspberry Pi. Well, I did get my hands on the Raspberry Pi in the early days, but I didn't get my hands on the Raspberry Pi in this phase, which is kind of this like Wild West cowboy phase. Because things, I mean, they barely work, but it's so much fun to play with and just like try to figure it out. You know, the way that I've wired this, well, I had to redo it 3 different times, and I tell you what, it is a whole heap of fun. If you are of the mindset to do these sorts of things, and not that I'm surprised that I am that guy, but I definitely am that guy. Look, if that is you and you do enjoy playing with these things, this is a lot of fun to tinker with. And I can't really express to you the joy that I have with turning on 4 relays on this board, even if I'm able to do it easily on the Raspberry Pi. Anyways, I'm sure as things progress and as we get new versions of Raspbian for the BananaPi, you know, things will change, and I'll update this video, and I'll be able to show you more exciting things and more adventures, and be able to do all sorts of stuff. But you know, even these early days, even as things are barely working, I really am enjoying this. So if you're watching this well into the future, of course, I'm going to have a whole bunch of BananaPi projects for you to check out. I also have some Raspberry Pi projects that you can check out in the links that I'm posting now. Don't forget to give me a like and to subscribe to my videos. Of course, subscribing is free, and I try to post as often as I can. Don't forget to post your projects. Any questions or comments in the comment section below. I do love hearing from you guys and finding out what you're up to. That's all for now. Thanks very much.